Here, and today we're going to learn how to multiply and divide numbers written in scientific notation. This rule looks really complicated, but it's not. A times 10 to the b and so forth. So we're going to look at what this means with an example. This is the generic form of the rule for the math types. But let's take a look at this example down here. Let's say you had this number multiplied by this number right here. Well, what do we have to do? Well, the rule is when you're multiplying two numbers in scientific notation, you're going to multiply the leading numbers. You're going to multiply the 4 times 2, the 4 and the 2. And you're going to take these exponents and you're going to add them together. 3 plus 5 equals 8. So this is kind of what we did over here. 4 times 2 and times 10 to the 5 plus 3. And that's all you really do is you multiply the leading numbers, add the exponents. 4 times 2 is 8, and 5 plus 3 is also 8. 8 times 10 to the 8th. So that's what they did here. All you do is take the leading numbers, multiply them together, and add the exponents. It is as simple as that. We multiply the leading numbers and add the exponents. Let's do 2 examples. Make sure we got it. Problem number 1. The rule is multiply the leading numbers. So we're going to take these two, the 3 and the 6, we're going to multiply them together. 3 times 6. And we know we always need the times 10 because it's scientific notation. And what are we going to do? We're going to add the exponents. 8 plus 1. 10 to the 8 plus 1. And what do we end up with? What's 3 times 6? 18 times 10 to the 9th power. Technically, this isn't scientific notation because there's 2 numbers to the left of the decimal, but we will let that stand. That's exponential notation. Same thing down here. We have 2.5 times 10 to the 8th times 3 times 10 to the first. The rule is that we multiply the leading numbers. We're going to take the 2.5 and the 3, and we're going to multiply them together. 3 times 2.5 is going to be 7.5. Use your calculator if you need to. We're multiplying these together. Times 10 to the, we add the exponents. 8 plus 1 is going to be 9. And that's really all you do when you're multiplying and dividing scientific notation, or multiplying scientific notation. You multiply the leading numbers and you add the exponents together. If you know those two, if that little simple rule there, it's very simple. Much quicker doing it that way than actually putting it in your calculator for non-decimal numbers. Now we're going to look at division, and division is just the opposite. Again, this looks complicated, but this is the generic form for math types. But in multiplication, we multiplied the leading numbers and added the exponents. For division, we're just going to divide the leading numbers and now subtract the exponents, the exact opposite. So if we had this number right here being divided by this number down here, 6 times 10 to the 3rd over 2 times 10 to the 6th, all you do is take these two leading numbers, the 6 and the 2, and you divide them. 6 divided by 2, and that, of course, is 3. And now, instead of adding the exponents, we're going to subtract them. So what is 3 minus 6? Well, 3 minus 6 is a negative 3. And that's your answer. Again, you just divide the leading numbers now and subtract the exponents. Let's do a few examples. So again, we have this problem right here, 8 times 10 to the 8th divided by 4 times 10 to the 1st. The step is to divide the leading numbers. The leading numbers are 8 and 4. 8 divided by 4. And we're going to subtract the exponents. So 8 over 4 times 10 to the 8 minus 1. And if we clean this problem up, 8 over 4 equals 2. Right? And times 10 to the 8 minus 1 equals 7th power. That is our answer, 2 times 10 to the 7th. This problem over here, we do the same thing. We divide the leading numbers, 3 divided by 6. And I put this problem purposefully because a lot of students tell me that this answer to this is 2. 3 divided by 6 is not 2. 6 divided by 3 equals 2. 3 over 6 actually equals 0.5. That's 1/2. So 3 over 6 is 0.5 times 10 to the what power? Well, we got to subtract the exponents. 4 minus 7. 4 minus 7 is a negative 3. Cleaning that up, we have 0.5 times 10 to the negative third. And again, we'd want to clean this number up a little bit, but being that this is high school science, if you get this as an answer, I will give you full credit for it, though it's technically not scientific notation. But that is how we multiply and divide in scientific notation. When you're doing division, you divide the leading numbers, subtract the exponents, and when we're multiplying, we simply multiply the leading numbers and add the exponents. I hope that's helpful. This is Mr. Zappone.